Hey everybody, Grimble here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reacting to Solo Leveling, Episode 8. Last episode was quite enjoyable. It was also really intense and action-packed. It had Jinwoo going through this instance dungeon that was an S-rank dungeon, apparently, and man, did it deserve the ranking. The first thing he came across was this three-headed Cerberus that was guarding the main building that he was supposed to enter, and so it was just a guard, but he was just wrecking Jinwoo. He was tearing off his limbs, he was just beating him up, and Jinwoo had constant alerts and threats that his health was low and may not even survive this battle, but he was able to pull through with the help of his ingenuity and using the items that he had at his disposal, and he just found a way to get through it, even though the Cerberus itself was red labeled, I guess, which means that he really shouldn't be able to defeat it, or at least not very easily at all, which was the case, in fact. So it was fun to see that he was able to find a way to get through this. But after that entire encounter, he was able to take a step back and go, all right, I'm not ready, guys. I can't do this. I can't go further into this dungeon. I can't go into this building. I know if I do that, I will die. But the entire reason he went into this instance in the first place is he learned that when he got the quest to go in there and he got the key to go into the dungeon, but he also knew that there was some item as a reward for this dungeon called the Elixir of Life. And it supposedly has the ability to cure any kind of ailment. So we also know that the entire reason that Jinwoo ever became a hunter in the first place was to earn enough money to help support his mother, who was really, really sick in the hospital and near death. So of course, after seeing that there was something called this Elixir of Life as a reward for finishing this dungeon, he had to check it out, because there was now suddenly a light at the end of his tunnel. He knew what he needed to do to save his mother, and he knows now that he can't really handle it at the strength he's at, but he's definitely more motivated than ever now to get stronger so he can get through this dungeon and get this elixir. The other kind of core thing that happened in this episode was that he met with Jinho, who was trying to recruit him for some sort of task force that he needs to get together so that he can prove himself to his father, who wants to form a guild, essentially, so that they can profit off of the items and things that are in the dungeon that are very, very valuable. And as a businessman, he wants to kind of profit from that, so he's using his influence and money and power to build a guild that will be successful and raid a lot of valuable dungeons. Jinho wants to be the guild leader. He wants to take his brother's place and run things, and he wants to prove that he can do it by completing 20 dungeons with a low-level player, being Jinwoo, who is supposedly E rank, but Jinho knows better. Unfortunately for him, Jinwoo turned him down, although he did have a conversation with his sister a little bit later that suggests he might be rethinking it, or at least contemplating the possibility that he might get involved with Jinho. We'll find out as we get into this next episode, I'm sure. So with that being said, let's dive right into Solo Leveling Episode 8. If you guys are interested in signing up to my Patreon, you'll be able to take advantage of ad-free content, 3 to 4 weeks early access to all reactions, which for the middle tier and above can include the full-length watch-along reactions. Those that subscribe to the highest tier will also be supporting my game and animation studio, Little Grim Entertainment. You'll have access to a sneak peek look at all of our upcoming games and animated shows.
A mystical potion that cures all diseases.
Tempting.
It's magic, so there's a decent chance that includes eternal sleep.
Right, so he mentions the problem she has is magic related. It was caused by magic, so
I need to get stronger.
What? You're saying you accept that?
oh, here we go.
Things have changed. Raiding a handful of C-rank dungeons could benefit me, so I'm in.
Yes! Yes!
All right.
That's if you agree to one condition. No strike team. Only you and I go in.
Wow. How's he gonna explain that?
We can't do it. Every C rank raid requires a minimum of 8 hunters to even step through the gate.
We'll take a page out of Dong Se Kwang's book. Pay people to meet the quota while we do the work.
I mean, what if those people talk?
Well, let's do it. 19 raids. Okay, I'll handle arranging gates and recruits.
One of the S ranks, right? Yeah. She is cute.
Hello there, sir. Is there something you need?
I was waiting for the right moment to approach you, Miss Cha.
Creepy. In other words, I was stalking you.
But here, please take my card.
Oh, this must be his dad.
It's been over a decade since the gates first appeared.
Wasn't expecting the accent.
It would appear the very foundation of our lives can no longer operate without the resources found in the gates. Then there's the Hunters Association. The government will continue to fund them as long as there are hunters to be overseen. They manage gates that don't go to auction. They handle dungeon breaks.
Gates that go to auction. What does that even mean? Like, B-ring dungeon going once, going twice, sold to the gentleman in the back.
Just look at the Hunters Guild, the White Tiger Guild, the Reaper Guild, the Fame Guild, and the Knights Guild.
These must be the biggest guilds.
The 5 largest in the country.
Yep.
They have a functional monopoly on all dungeon-related profits. I see no reason we should allow that to persist. We should handle this age of dungeons too. So we'll establish our own guild. You realize how crucial that is, right, son?
Yes, of course. But recruiting an S-rank hunter to act as my brother's business partner is such a dicey move.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm right here.
I mean, you're D-ranked, man. Come, if he's wanting money, that means he wants to do the higher level dungeons, which require a higher level hunter. I can understand what he's going for.
Looks like none of the extra reps count anymore. And that cursed random loot box that was offered for the secret quest isn't available now. The system
Oh,
may
darn.
have one of the two.
Bingo card. Hey, maybe it's a winner?
Be nice if I still had an efficient way to level up. Oh yeah, the penalty zone. I can fight that centipede and... No.
Intentionally go there?
What if I don't gain experience, because it's a punishment?
And what if they don't send you there? What if it's someplace even harder?
They need hunters for a D-rank gate. Should I pass? Beggars can't be choosers. This is frustrating.
The red light is frustrating. I mean, I get it.
You're too good. I didn't stand a chance.
Sure you did, but I'm
Oh,
not
that guy.
going to lose. Huh? Another emergency summons.
Is retiring completely out then?
Me retire?
Oh, he's still doing raids.
Even though my best years are long gone, I'd really like to spend whatever time I have left helping people out.
That's honorable. Oh yeah, that guy.
My next raid request came in.
Isn't it about time you considered a career besides hunting?
I hear you, but Unji is starting preschool and Unha's going to middle school, so we need the money, don't we? It'll be fine. The association makes it a point not to send lower ranks into trickier dungeons. That one incident was just an exception.
I was about to say, with the exception of that one. I imagine he'd be extra cautious now, though.
You have got some damn nerve. You wasted my time and stuck me with that interview.
I caught it, by the way. You made a very good impression, so bravo. I found your answers both insightful and sincere.
Oh, take your empty flattery and shove it.
Last I checked, they wanted a talented hunter who had great character. They also asked that he be dedicated to his job. With all that in mind, it doesn't sound like they wanted me, does it?
Is he not dedicated?
Is everything okay? You've always been such a scaredy cat, Juhi.
Oh.
Picture you being a hunter. Wouldn't someone with your issues just get in the way?
Oh man.
Back home and help run the family business. Your daddy's working.
Look, my life isn't yours to control. I'm a grown woman who makes her own choices, so just drop
Where
it.
in the world is all this?
Bit touchy as of late.
I want to try. Just a bit longer.
Oh, are they all gonna go on the... Yeah. They're all gonna go in another raid together, aren't they?
Pardon the intrusion.
Is he just talking with all the S ranks?
Cha, and what can I do for you today?
Nothing really, sir. I just want to let you know a scout from Eugene Construction offered me a job. Here's the card he gave me.
They have good taste, but I assume you're telling me this because you turned their offer down, right?
Right. Without any hesitation, sir.
I'd like to know your honest thoughts regarding Jeju Island.
Jeju Island? Why suddenly bring that up?
What exactly happened there? Because they showed them kind of winning. Clearly they didn't.
I can't leave that island as it is, which is why I intend to clear it in the very near future. And to accomplish that, I need you and the others to be on the same page. We have to grow stronger, gather allies, and sway public opinion in our favor.
Hence the interview and your push to train new hunters.
So all those monsters are still just kind of hanging out there, huh?
Isn't there something you left behind?
Something? Or someone? Oh man.
Unsuk. Byung-gu. I'll beg you, if that's what it takes. Just please kill them.
Uh-oh.
I'm heading out.
I can't believe you're working on a holiday. Hey, where's all your gear? Hello?
Don't worry about it. See ya.
Wait, what the? Not like it's just a trip to the convenience store.
Yeah, right.
Ginu? Mr. Sol. So it is you. Wow, I hardly recognize you.
It has been a while, huh?
It's only been a few short months, but you're like a new man. Especially since I recall you losing your right leg.
I did, but when I woke up in the hospital, it was still there.
I heard the White Tigers found you. Bet you anything there was a high-ranked healer among them. It's a relief you're healed.
That's nice of you to say. I wish you were too.
Ah, well. Maybe if I had gotten to a decent healer in time.
So what brought you to this part of town?
The association messaged me. Said it's urgent.
I got the message too.
Huh. Now how is that for a coincidence? This is quite the little reunion.
Oh, wow.
Look at that. The gang's all here.
Oh, yeah.
Of course they're ashamed. We escaped with our lives.
They ran out.
Sacrificed Ginu in order to do so.
Oh my gosh. This is surreal.
Oh, she's got the hots for him.
You are Ginu, aren't you?
I am. I swear.
Why not come get hot and heavy with me, baby? I know all kinds of games.
Shut your dirty mouth. This isn't a play date.
You all will be accompanied by 3 prisoner substitute hunters who are out on good behavior.
Good behavior? They seem like they have good behavior.
We've little choice in the matter due to the shortage of local hunters. You'll also be joined by an overseer from the association, Tae-Shik Kong. He's B rank, so even in the worst case scenario, he'll be able to handle 3 C rank criminals with ease.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Something isn't right. Hey, maybe you should sit this out, Chewie.
Are you bailing too?
No, I'm going.
Alright, then so am I.
Oh.
Damn, it's good to be free, even if we gotta work for it.
Shut up. You're chained because you're convicts. And you know what happens if you act up while the chains are off.
This feels off.
I'll be keeping an eye on those 3 throughout the raid, so you can relax. We'll need a leader, though. Do we have any volunteers?
Think you'd be willing to follow my lead again?
Of course I would, sir.
On that day, 7 people died because of me. The magnitude of my failure cannot be understated.
Man, it's not your
6
fault.
of us did make it out because of you. So let me say this on behalf of all the survivors. I am so grateful to you. And what about you, Sang-Shik? Do you care if I take the lead?
If that's what you want, go ahead.
If you had listened to him.
Well, it's settled. I volunteer to take point in today's raid.
Thank you for your courage. Let's get underway then.
Yeah, this doesn't feel right.
Brace yourselves, everyone. Here we go.
3 C rank criminals, what could go wrong? Of course. God damn it. Alright guys, we just saw episode 8 of Solo Leveling. And it was a fun episode. It felt like it was very much a setup episode for things to come. We got a bit more into Jin-Ho, and we saw his father, and we saw a little bit of their relationship together and what his father's goals are with this company and with this guild, what he's trying to do. And he is trying to have a little bit of underhanded tactics, as people pointed out in the episode, of pulling away S-ranked hunters and recruiting them into his guild from other guilds, enticing them with money and fame and whatever else. Which the first one he went to didn't seem to buy it. She even reported to her own guild master what was happening and the fact that she was being recruited by them in the first place. So, not going well so far. But speaking of Jinho, Jinwoo has agreed to join his task force. He wanted the one condition is that it's just the two of them that go into these dungeons. And I guess that means they're just going to hire a bunch of, I guess they need 6 other people. I think if I remember, it's 8 total that they need. So 6 other people to just kind of chill, I guess. I don't know what they're going to do. Are they going to even show up to these dungeons? Or are they just going to say they're going to be there? And how will the Hunters Guild not ever question that fact, right? Like, and will are they also going to pay these guys for their silence so they don't blab the fact that this E-ranked and D-ranked are going in and clearing all these dungeons by themselves? That could be a little fishy and suspicious if people start to find that out. So, I don't know, maybe, the money will speak, but it will be interesting to see what happens with that. One other thing that I thought was interesting that they brought up at the beginning of the episode, he was with his mother while she was in the hospital, and that he was thinking about the elixir and whether or not it is something that could help his mother. And I had totally forgotten, I think it was like the first or second episode when you first heard about what happened to his mother, that it was a magical disease. And it was something that, if I remember correctly, it happened as a result of the gates opening up, is when these people started getting sick with this forever sleep or something like that disease, I think is what it's called. And it seems to be completely magical, which is why their modern technology can't do anything to help her or get her out of it. All they can do is keep her alive at this point. So, in Jinwoo's mind, because it's magical and this elixir is also magical, then it might be just the thing she needs to cure it and get better, which is a logical assumption. So I think that only strengthened his resolve to get stronger, as he stated right after he said that. He needs to get stronger so he can get through that dungeon and get the 3 ingredients, is what he pointed out, to make the elixir itself and give it to his mother. Now, of course, the other big setup that we got was all these hunters that we saw in the big dungeon from the first couple episodes. They were all getting calls to show up to another dungeon. And it is a bit odd that those particular hunters were the ones summoned to this raid. So it makes me wonder if it has something to do with the Hunters Association, because I do remember the last time, I forget that guy's name, but he is he's one of the guys that came and did the test on Jinwoo whenever he first survived the dungeon to see if he had that reawakening and realized he wasn't. Anyways, that guy got the report that Jinwoo was also involved in that raid where Jinwoo killed all those other hunters, and Jinho and him were the only survivors. So he gets this report, and he's like, that's odd, right? Jinwoo is kind of creeping up in both things. So I'm wondering if he intentionally got all those hunters together again somehow to do this dungeon, to somehow prove if Jinwoo's just lucky or if something else is amiss here. That could be a possibility. I don't know what it has to do with these convicts or this guy that is kind of looking after the convicts and joining this raid with them as a B-ranked hunter. It's crazy to think that that is a thing, right? That they are willing to take these 3 convicts who are supposedly out on good behavior, even though they definitely don't seem like they're out on good behavior. They don't act remorseful or sincere in their desire to change their ways at all. Whatever. With that being said, they're going on this raid with them, and it just, I don't know. I don't understand. Like, are they that desperate to clear these dungeons that they're willing to send in convicts to help with it simply because they are hunters. They had their powers awoken. I don't know. It seems a little far-fetched for me. And they mentioned that the amount of hunters right now is kind of low. Why is that? What's going on? Is just not enough are awakening, or a bunch of them dying? Like, it is really interesting to hear that that's the case. And also, with the S-ranked hunters, I know there's not that many of them, but it seems like if at least one of them is available, they could probably go through and clear a bunch of the low-level D and E-rank dungeons by themselves with hardly any trouble at all. That's what I feel like. So, I don't know. I'm still curious to find out more about this world and the Hunters Association and how it all works and how they decide who goes to what dungeon, and it's all still a big mystery to me. So I guess I'm just going to have to accept that this is kind of the way things are, and maybe there's not really anything odd about the fact that they're sending these criminals in with the rest of the team, but I guess we'll find out more in the next episode. But speaking of the rest of the team, it was fun to see that they're getting reunited with the remaining survivors of the Double Dungeon from the first 2 episodes. And it will be really interesting to see how they all interact with each other in this dungeon and how they all get along. I forget his name, the guy that took up the lead, but are they willing to take his lead again and listen to him? I know Jinwoo trusts him completely, but, we'll see what the other guys do. I feel like, the one that was with his daughter in this episode, I feel like he will definitely be a lot more cautious than he was in the Double Dungeon, because he was one of the big proponents of let's keep going. I want money. I've got a daughter. I got a family to feed. All this stuff. We need to keep pushing forward. So, yeah, he was the one that was like, nah, let's keep going. And so I'm sure this time around he's gonna be like, no risks. I'm not going in there. Let's not do that. Because he's got his daughter to think about, and he needs to make the money, sure, but he also wants to live to continue to see his daughter and family grow. So I think he probably learned his lesson from the Double Dungeon. Yeah, guys, that's all I really have for this episode. I know it's kind of a short discussion, but it did feel like more of a setup episode. So I am interested to see what will happen in the next one. I'm sure there's going to be a lot going on in that episode with this dungeon and with these convicts, and the fact that they're doing it together with the remaining survivors from the Double Dungeon. So I am looking forward to it. But with that being said, please don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed the content today. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. And also check out the Patreon page. There's a lot of great perks there. Things like ad-free content, full-length reactions, and I'm also about 3 to 4 weeks ahead on all the series that I'm watching, including this one. So if you guys want to catch up to where I currently am, you can do that over on Patreon. So yeah, guys, exciting episode. It sets up a lot of fun things for the next one. Can't wait to get to it, and I'll see you guys in the next reaction.